so scared. She was so scared. And as a mother, I could not protect her. She was so scared. I'd never seen her. She is so sweet. She is so sweet. No mother would have to go through this. You keep that girlfriend away from my daughter because it was ordered by the court. You don't be talking to my daughter about the girlfriend. And I told him, if
Your Honor, objection. This really has nothing to do with your contempt.
Ms. Cobb, you got to focus on the contempt. If there's any other issue, if you folks have something else coming up in front of Judge Newkirk or Judge Houston, you can take that up in front of them. All right. This is about the contempt. So we've got contempt here. We're not expecting a court reporter or anything like that, right?
Correct.
All right. If both parties raise their right hand for me. You swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, sir?
Yes.
Ma'am? You're on mute, ma'am.
yes, sir.
All right. So you put your hands down. So is there any witnesses besides the two parties?
No.
All right. All right. Ma'am, do you have any witnesses besides yourself?
No, sir.
All right. It's not sir, but that's okay. Anyway, all right. So this is limited to 1 hour. At 11 o'clock, I have to take a break and let the other motions in. 1 hour period. All right. Go ahead, counsel. Y'all can go straight into it. I don't necessarily need, wait, who is Keenan Peoples? Did you hire a lawyer, ma'am?
No.
No, stop. Must be here early for the motions. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, counsel.
Okay. I can be brief. You said you didn't want to go into. You just want to go right into it. Is that what
Right.
you're
Yeah. I don't need openings. You just. I've got the case pulled up in front of me. So.
Okay. All right. Then, Mr. Cobb, I'm going to just kind of quickly go back to the temporary order, which was entered in November 23rd, 2021. And do you recall what the general terms of visitation you were awarded in that temporary order are?
The original order, I get one Wednesday's dinner with my daughter on Wednesdays, and then I get every other weekend, Friday to Sunday.
Okay. And that was entered in November of 2021. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. And then do you recall being back here for a hearing on contempt of that order on May 5th, 2022?
Correct. After that hearing, the original order, I only got to visit my daughter, I think a limited amount of times, and I went 4 to 5 months without seeing her. That's when we filed for another contempt. That's what we filed for the first.
Well, hold on.
contempt.
All right, let me just. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the contempt order. Let's just go ahead and address what the general terms of visitation were there. So the contempt order was entered on May 9th, 2022. Okay, so in that contempt order, how many, according to paragraph 3 of the contempt order, how many days did the court find that you were denied parenting time?
Total of 21 days, 72 Wednesday visits.
72 hours of one-day visits, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in that temporary order, what were you awarded for makeup visitation if you look at paragraph 7 to the order?
30 consecutive days of parenting time.
Okay. And when was that supposed to be from? What dates?
June 10th through July, around July 3rd. Well, originally June 10th to July 10th. Then
Okay.
it was modified for a couple of days after.
All right. Well, I'll get back to that. Okay. So let's see. And down here. Okay. All right. Let me stop the sharing for a second. Let's go back to, all right. So did you get your daughter on or around June 10th of this year for the extended parenting time?
I received her a day late, but I did receive her.
Okay. And did you keep her for the whole 30 days?
No, I didn't keep her for the entire 30 days.
Okay. And what day did you return her to her mother?
June 29th.
Okay. And actually, just to provide a little bit of context for the court, let me back up. Where does your daughter and her mother currently reside?
Northridge, California.
Okay. And where do you reside?
I travel for work, but Atlanta, Georgia is my primary residence.
Okay. And did you
But
also
I
have
travel back.
okay, did you have a residence in California near them?
Yes, I have another residence in Burbank.
Okay. And were there any proceedings, legal proceedings addressing custody of your child addressed in California while this case was pending?
Yes, we had a domestic violence restraining order against Charlotte, in which they were trying to determine jurisdiction and controls over visitation.
Okay. And did California determine that they have jurisdiction or no?
No, they determined that it would that Georgia would retain jurisdiction.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to this past summer visit. Why, can you explain to the court why you returned her early? So I think you testified you returned her about 10 days early. Can you explain what happened and why?
Yes, during the course of my visitation, I noticed that my daughter and her mother were communicating a lot. And at the time, my daughter was becoming more aggressive and violent towards me. She physically attacked me at one point, in which she talked to her mother, and her mother ended up harassing me and calling the police and stuff like that. So during that time, I also arranged for my daughter to go to therapy because of her aggressive behavior. So during the time I had her, she went to about 3 therapy appointments, and speaking with the therapist was advising me that my daughter didn't feel safe and like she could trust me because of the alienation from her mom for the past really 3 years, but at least the prior 4 months without having any contact with her. So it was recommended that I try to do what I can to show my daughter that she can trust me, and I wasn't trying to keep her away from anybody. So me, my daughter, and her mother agreed that I would let her spend a couple days with her mom for the holiday break, and I would then pick her back up and continue my visitations to show that my daughter that, you know, I trust you, you can trust me, to build that relationship slowly.
Okay. And when you said the holiday, which holiday are you referring to?
July 4th.
Okay. And did you discuss that with Ms. Cobb?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And was it your understanding she agreed to return Madison a few days later or after July 4th?
Yes, I had already booked flights back I had already booked flights here to let her spend a couple days with her mom. Her mom did agree to that before I did that, because I was in Atlanta during the time, and I was booking flights to try to bring her back to also complete my visitation in California. But yes, her mom agreed to it.
Okay. And then that day that you returned to June 29th, did Ms. Cobb then talk to you on the phone about this agreement or this visitation issue?
Yes, as soon as I dropped her off, her mother called me and was ranting about something about me and my girlfriend, and saying that don't come around her child anymore, don't contact her, don't speak to her anymore, and I'll have to go through her, and basically threatening me. Okay. As soon as I dropped her off.
Did you record any of that conversation?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play the recording. If you could just verify that it is the recording. Give me one moment.
We're still limited.
All right. So does that initially sound like Ms. Cobb?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play the recording now. And where did you record the conversation?
I was literally just dropped my daughter off. I was in my car headed back to my residence in California.
And did she call you or you call her?
She called me.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play the recording now.
damn apartment. That girl staring me in my eye.
All
And
right.
it's nasty.
I will talk to
It's
you. This has
disgusting.
nothing to do with
It's
Madison.
disgusting. Well, you
I will
enjoy your
talk
little
to you.
23-year-old girl. You enjoy your little girlfriend. When she leaves your ass and your family is done, you're gonna be fucking crying.
All right.
You're gonna be crying
I'll talk
because
to
she
you.
will leave your ass. She doesn't want your ass. She's using your ass. No wonder why she's staying with you. Y'all live in fucking Talaria.
All
You
right.
gotta
I'll
be
talk
kidding
to you
me.
later. Bye. Please.
No, don't call me no more. Don't call my child no more. Don't call me no more. Don't call my child no more. Don't call me no more. Thank you for bringing my child back. You ever put your hands on my child again, I will fuck you up personally.
So, Mr. Cobb, was it, how soon after you dropped Madison off approximately did Charlotte call you?
3 minutes, maybe.
Okay, so is it your understanding, what was Madison in the car with her?
Well, I dropped Madison off at her residence, so I'm not sure where she was at the time, but I would assume somewhere in her apartment.
Okay, all right. And so in that phone call, she says she's not going to let you see Madison again, correct?
Correct.
Has she fulfilled that promise? So
Yes, she
far?
has. I haven't spoke to my daughter since I dropped her off on June 30th.
All right.
29th.
And I'm going to show you a copy of what we've marked as plaintiff's exhibit number 1. All right. What is this? Is this your text message?
Yes, this is me texting my daughter.
Okay.
At the time that I'm supposed to get her back, that couple of days after I dropped her off.
Okay. And what were you texting her on these dates? July 3rd, July 4th?
I was texting her, I love her, and that we're supposed to go to Universal and the Six Flags like I promised her that I would the following day after the holiday.
Okay. So after you dropped her off on June 29th, was it your expectation that you would be having her by July 5?
Yes, that was a Tuesday. It was not supposed to be crowded at the theme in amusement parks, and we were going to spend our days and the rest of our visitation there.
All right. And then did Madison return any of these text messages?
No.
Okay. Now, with respect to the visitation with Madison after July 5 up until the present, can you tell the court how many days you've been denied, how many overnights you've been denied?
12 overnights.
Okay. How many Wednesday visits?
18.
Okay. And do you reach out to Ms. Cobb in an effort to get the visitation?
I email her mother weekly, and I text Madison almost daily for the last 3 months.
I'm showing you what we've marked as plaintiff's exhibit number 3. Are these copies of emails from you to Ms. Cobb?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And is that the email address that you historically communicate with her on?
Yes.
Okay. So this one starts on July 8th, 2022. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right. And this goes number of emails all the way to September 15th, 2022. Do you see that?
Yes.
And in general, what are you asking Ms. Cobb in these emails?
When can I visit with my daughter? Can she at least call me? Just time with my daughter, all of them.
And has Ms. Cobb responded to any one of these communications?
No, not one.
Now, in this contempt proceeding, are you asking for just some slight modifications to the visitation to sort of firm it up so there's definitive dates that you could enforce if you had to?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to show you a copy of what we've marked previously as plaintiff's exhibit number 7. It's just a summary. Is this a summary of the dates you're asking things are changed to in the schedule?
Correct, yes.
All right. So you're asking for it to be, instead of every other weekend, every 1st, 3rd, and 5th weekend of the month. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And it looks like you're asking that the weekends change from like Friday to Sunday to Saturday at 11 until Sunday at 8 p.m. Do you see that?
Correct.
And how come you're asking for that modification?
Because of the denial in the past and the fact that I can't be settled, and I might have to travel for work because of the expenses that have incurred because of these contempt hearings and me just not having a consistent life. I have to opt for employment that pays more, that causes me to travel, and it can better ensure that I can at least try to fly and see her on a Saturday versus maybe or maybe not get her on Fridays. And it just makes it a little bit easier for me to be able to do visits.
Right. And if there's definitive dates and times, and you need to involve law enforcement, is that something you're looking for an ability to do?
Also, yes, the definitive dates and times. So if law enforcement needs to, so there's no question about that.
So, and let's talk a little bit about, well, and you're still asking for every Wednesday, 5 to 8 p.m. Is that right?
Correct. If I'm out of town, I would at least like video chats or phone calls, definitive times during my time.
All right. And let's talk a little bit about makeup time that you're asking for here. What are you asking to have your daughter for this Thanksgiving?
The Friday after Thanksgiving, 9 a.m. until that Sunday, 8 p.m.
Okay. And then let's talk about the Christmas time. What are you asking for as far as consecutive days go around the Christmas vacation time?
I would like to have her as soon as she's out of school on December 17th, according to the California school schedule, all the way until the 28th. That's through Christmas. I was supposed to get her last Christmas, and I was denied that visitation. And also my regular visitation would fall during Christmas this year. So I wanted to make sure it's ensured that I have her for that time.
Okay. And you've researched the day that she gets out of school for the holiday. Is that right?
According to the California education calendar, that's correct, but I still haven't received the court ordered her school information. So I'm just going off of the states.
Okay.
Because I have had no contact and I don't know exactly the school that she's enrolled in or the timing. All I know is last night I checked that her mom claimed that she was homeschooled, but she hasn't provided the documents saying where she's enrolled or any programs or activities.
Okay. And are you asking that Ms. Cobb is ordered to provide you with all of Madison's education records? Correct.
And current, whatever the school gives her as far as grading, monthly, weekly updates, I would like those ordered to be emailed to me and shared with me. And then I also have access to contact and verify things with her teachers to check her progress.
Okay. All right. And then about looking back to the schedule here, are you asking for some parenting time the next spring break as well?
Correct. I would like to have set dates during her spring break holiday.
And what dates are you asking for? What days?
The Wednesday to the Sunday.
Okay. And then just scrolling down here towards the bottom, in the event the case is not concluded, what are you asking for these two last holidays here on paragraphs F and G?
Memorial Day weekend, Friday until Memorial Day at 8, and Friday before Father's Day until July 1st.
All right. And are you asking for an order of incarceration for Ms. Cobb related to the denial of visitation?
Yes, considering I have had limited visitation and been denied visitation for the last few years with my daughter, I think that's the only way that I can have it enforced and that I can check on the health and the mental wellness of my child, check her schooling. The last time that I had my daughter for that short period of time, I was deeply concerned with her mental health. That's why she was I was trying to get her enrolled in therapy, and I am truly concerned about her health.
Okay. Now, and just to touch on that last document we'll go over here, was there an altercation that happened between you and Madison during the visit?
Yes, there was an altercation where she struck me. She had a panic attack. She was just very aggressive, and she couldn't necessarily vocalize what was going on with her, but the professionals that were involved told me that, they definitely believe that she has some trauma because of the lack of visits and understanding what's going on with me and her mother. Basically just being isolated and alienated. And each professional that I spoke with said that she needs to be,
I
that
object.
she needs to
That
receive.
counselor, that counselor is not here. I object. That counselor is not here to. I know nothing about a counselor, so I don't know what you're talking about. That counselor is not here to speak for themselves. You could have called.
We'll move on, Judge. So,
Thank you, sustain.
Mr. Cobb, I'm just going to show you. So did you take any video of one of the altercations with Madison that led to you taking her to a counselor?
Yes.
All right. Do you recall when that video was taken approximately?
July 18th, around there.
June? All right, July.
June.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to show you a clip of that video briefly, if you could. It's marked as plaintiff's exhibit number 2. It's the wrong one.
What's going on? That's all you do.
Is that the video, Mr. Cobb?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. And is that your daughter?
Yes.
Phone.
Go to sleep, Madison.
Give my phone.
Madison,
You
go to
don't want me
sleep.
to go to cops. That's it.
Go to sleep.
I'm gonna have to go to cops. Give my phone.
Go to sleep.
Give my phone. My
Madison,
phone.
put that down.
No, give my phone. My phone.
All right. So, Mr. Cobb, why was Madison mad at you at that point?
Earlier the day, I think she was talking to her mom, and her mom was telling her she doesn't have to basically follow my rules. She doesn't have to go to sleep. She's on LA time. She doesn't have to listen to me. And she's just, she was just, didn't trust me and just raging. I'm not even sure if she really knows, but she just has a lot of anger.
All right, Judge, I don't have any further questions for Mr. Cobb.
All right, ma'am, do you have any questions specifically for him that relates to this case?
Yes, I do. Mr. Cobb, is that you and your attorney, Mr. Kevin, requested for our daughter to have her own attorney?
You're breaking up. What you say?
Is it true that you and your attorney, the last time we were in contempt court, you requested for our daughter Madison to have her own attorney?
I'm not sure. Kevin, did we?
Well, if I could interject, Judge, I think she's referring to the motion for a guardian ad litem, which the judge addressed, and the issue was cost.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And is it true that you guys asked to dismiss her getting her own attorney a few weeks ago? I guess 2 or 3 weeks ago, the last time we were in court. Is that true?
I don't, Kevin, did we?
As Mr. Pomola said, it was fees, payment.
It was so Mr. Cobb, remember so the judge brought it up. They wouldn't provide a one at no cost through ABLF, and it was a cost issue.
Yeah,
So I think Charlotte's referring to the guardian ad litem when she says the attorney for Madison.
I got you. So there was supposed to be, we're asking for a guardian, asked one through ABLF, and obviously people made too much money or something came up with that probably. So you would have to pay one if one was appointed. Am I kind of on there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got it.
Yeah.
Move on, ma'am.
Yes. Mr. Cobb, who is Elizabeth Mayberry?
That's their attorney and representative that I used in California.
Okay. Is it true that you guys were trying to move the custody to California?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor.
All right. So, ma'am, what we're going to focus on is the contempt that's claimed here, and that is the withholding of visitation and everything that's noted in there. Not going forth about whether or not the case is going to be handled in California or Georgia, because I don't care. It's here.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. Is it true that on June the 19th, within the second week of you, well, within the, I guess the first week and a half that you had our daughter for the long visitation, that you guys got into an altercation where you choked her?
No, it's not true. But we
Okay.
did get into an altercation. Or she attacked me.
Okay. Is it true that the police were looking for you for 2 days?
I have no idea when.
Hold on. He's not going to know what the police were doing. So move on.
Okay. Is it true that family services was called that the police ordered?
Objection. Relatives, whatever.
Well,
You don't object, his counsel does. That question made no sense.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase it. Is it true that the police did locate you guys after the second day of looking for you?
well,
I don't
objection
know
again,
when.
it's just the form of the question. She's assuming that he knows about the police looking for him. He's testified he doesn't know about the police looking for him.
Okay.
So then he can't answer anything about whether or not they were looking for him for 1 day, 2 days, whatever. So move
Okay,
on. It's
Yeah,
okay.
oh, sorry. Is it true that the police did speak with you?
Yes.
Okay, because I could provide a case number.
He said
is-
they did.
Yes, okay, yes. I'm sorry, it was a lag in I didn't hear it, sorry.
It said it was a wellness check. What?
Yes,
So
okay.
I'm assuming that you called.
Y'all don't
Is it-
argue. Go ahead. Next question.
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying not to cut you off. It's lagging a little bit. Is it true that family services was ordered through the police department?
Nope, stop.
Objection.
Stop. Man, he won't know what the police did. I want you to focus on what's alleged. He won't know what police did or what action they took, okay? So, move on.
Yes, he does, but he
Well,
doesn't
man,
know.
he don't know what the police did. For all he knows, you called defects. He doesn't know that the police, it's confidential. Next question.
Okay. I wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, so first thing you do is you're asking a question you don't know the answer to. So he doesn't know what the police did. Once
Okay.
they leave him, he has no clue. Next question.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Okay. Is it true that defects did come out and speak with you and our daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
And they told me the exact same thing I'm telling here. They said that obviously they can tell my daughter's been coached.
All right.
And I need to put
I want to hear. Well, she wants to hear what they said. They told you she's been coached. Next question.
Okay. Oh my God. Is it true?
And they closed the case.
Man, all right, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Is it true that I'm trying to think if I have anything to ask him because it's like I'm shaking over here. Is it true that you didn't provide all the addresses that our daughter was staying at, which was a court order?
Objection, relevance to the contempt proceeding, Your Honor.
How is that relevant to this contempt, ma'am?
Okay, is it true? I'm sorry. Is it true that you brought our daughter back? No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that question. I'm sorry. Is it true that you and your attorney requested for additional days before her 30-day visitation? That you requested for additional days because you had missed a weekend or a couple of days you was out of town?
Don't know what you're referring to.
Is it true that you were going back and forth with my attorney that I had at the time, asking for more days, demanding more days, the week.
Objection, Your Honor. I don't know how that's relevant to what the claims are in the motion for contempt we filed.
And so you got to focus on what's filed.
Because he was supposed to have our daughter more than 30 days. He was supposed to give her.
And he said that. He said he returned her early, but that contempt motion that you were served, that's what you need to focus on.
Okay. Is it true that you called me? Is it true that you called me 1 or 2 days, 2 days before you returned her to say that you were bringing her back early?
Yes.
Okay. Is it true that you told me that we should sit down and see a mediator without our attorneys being present?
Objection. I mean, that's fine, but it's not relevant to the contempt proceeding, Your Honor.
Yeah, it really isn't relevant.
Okay. I'm sorry. Is it true that you have spoken to our daughter several times over the phone, and she mentioned to you that she was headed to an audition or coming back from audition?
No, she texted me one time saying that she was at an audition and did not follow up since the time that I dropped her off with you. I have not talked to her, text her, or anything other than that time. And I don't even know if that text came from you. I can't even verify that text came from.
Ma'am, I want you to focus on what's alleged in this petition, this motion for contempt, okay? Because I'm not following the questions you're asking.
Okay, I don't have any more questions for him. If I could just speak my piece when it's time, that's fine.
All right.
But
Counsel, do you have anything?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
All right. Or do you want to call her on cross first?
No, she can proceed. We rest our case.
All right. Go ahead, ma'am.
yes. So I'll be very quick because I don't want to waste your time. I'm sorry I can't hear it as well, but I'm leaning over closer to the phone. When the first contempt order took place back in, I believe it was May, I'm not sure the exact dates. I didn't have an attorney, so I was kind of representing myself. I didn't know if I was supposed to wait till I go to court just to explain to them why I was keeping Mr. Cobb away from my daughter. The last visitation he had before the month of May, he left our daughter in a hotel room.
Oh, objection, Your Honor. We actually covered all of that in the May 5th hearing, and that was addressed at court with Judicial Officer Dombrowski.
Judge Houston. All right, so Judge Houston already heard that. I don't want to relitigate anything else, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry. I brought it up because they brought the first contempt up. Okay, so moving forward,
they were laying out a little bit of history for me, but I've got it. So that was decided by Judge Houston.
Yes. So when we returned to court and they honored him the missing days, the missing days for him to get the 30 days when she finished her school, when she gets out of school for the end of the school year. I believe it was 30 days before it was time for him to pick her up that week of, which was the week of the 10th. His attorney was going back and forth with my attorney at this time, back and forth demanding more time because
that's what lawyers do. Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
Yes. So we added more days at time. Mr. Cobb didn't get her on the 10th. He picked her up on the 11th because she was sick. She did go to urgent care. We provided that information with, so he came and got her on June 11th. During this time, I didn't speak with Mr. Cobb at all. The one time I tried to speak with him just to kind of, be cordial, he was real nasty and hostile. So I decided, okay, I'm not going to talk to him at all. I'll just, communicate with my daughter. At the time, I really wasn't calling my daughter that much. She was calling me. she'll FaceTime me. So when she FaceTime me, you know, she just show me her little dance moves and just being a kid, right?
So, all right, Ms. Cobb, I'm sorry, I hate to, but since I was a few minutes late doing this, it's 11:01. Let me let these other folks in and we'll start, okay? Just give me 1 second, let these other people in for the rest of my calendar.
Okay. Do I get to finish? I'm
I
sorry.
think Ms. Cobb is testifying.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Cobb. Get on the relevant stuff.
Yes, I will. I'm sorry. I'm all off track. I'm sorry. So going back to the day in question, which was June the 19th. I got the most devastating texts and missed phone calls from my daughter, saying that Mr. Cobb.
Objection, Your Honor, she can't testify to what the daughter.
Ms. Cobb, your daughter's not here. I can't hear what your daughter told you. Move on.
Okay, so yes, I'll move on. So I call Mr. Cobb. I call our daughter. I FaceTime my daughter, and she's crying, she's screaming, he's yelling in the background. So I'm seeing all this on FaceTime. So I'm witnessing this now. He's yelling at her, she's yelling back, she's crying. I never seen her act like this before. She just traumatized to me. So I'm trying to calm the situation down, not taking sides, just trying to figure out what's going on. Mr. Cobb snatched the phone from her. He told me he was going to call me back to let me know what was going on. He never called me back. So I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I'm calling. So then I said, well, so then I called the police because I'm in LA. They're in Atlanta, staying at an Airbnb. So I called the police. When the police got there, we realized that Mr. Cobb did not provide the full correct address to the Airbnb. He's supposed to provide the address, which was ordered by our last judge. So they spent hours trying to find him. I'm on the phone with them. They spent hours. They finally came back the next day because I was able to finally speak to my daughter. Sorry, somebody interrupted.
Somebody else unmuted. They're not. Go ahead.
Yes, I had to speak to my daughter in codes. It took maybe almost a full 24 hours before I heard from my daughter. Mr. Cobb did send me a text message of my daughter like laid on the couch, but I didn't see her face. All I saw was her covered up in a blanket. That was his response when I said the cops are out there looking for you. They just want to do a wellness check. That's it. And he sent a text and I'm like, I mean, I want to see my daughter's face. I want to hear from my daughter. Like, I can't help her right now. I can't come near you. I can't fly to Atlanta. So I finally get on the phone with my daughter the next day and he's standing over her. Basically, she can't speak to me unless he's present. During this time, so that was the situation. And during this time, every time I got on the phone with my daughter, Mr. Cobb was never present. He was either outside of the Airbnb.
So objection, Your Honor, because she's testifying for her daughter, who's not testifying because the information would have only came from her daughter. So objection.
Yeah, don't want stuff from your daughter. If you weren't there, ma'am, I don't want to hear it. You weren't there.
Okay, so it's times where she will FaceTime me and she will turn the camera to show me that he's on the balcony. So he was always on the balcony, which is fine if that's what he does. So after all that happened, I know DFACS came out because Mr. Cobb texted me that DFACS Family Services had came out. At that time, I didn't speak with Family Services. The Family Services until a month or maybe 45 days after the whole incident happened. After Family Services arrived and spoke with my daughter, a couple of days later, they decided to vacate.
Your Honor, they're not here to testify, so it's hearsay.
They're not here, ma'am, and I already know that about Family Services. So if you could focus on this, on the contempt, on what we're talking about here.
Okay. So Mr. Cobb had vacated the Airbnb. They went to 2 different locations without my knowledge. I didn't know where my daughter was at. I received a phone call on a Monday afternoon saying that he was bringing our daughter back in 2 days. And I'm like, oh, okay. And and this was maybe a week after this whole incident supposedly took place with the choking of the neck. So I said, okay. So he brings her back. I didn't speak with him in between those 2 days. He brought her back. I didn't even know they were back in town yet until they were actually pulling up for me to come outside and get my daughter. I didn't speak to Mr. Cobb. I didn't say one word to Mr. Cobb. When we got into the elevator, my daughter started screaming, crying, shaking. I've never seen my daughter act like that before. She was so scared. She was so scared. And as a mother, I could not protect her. She was so scared. I'd never seen her. She is so sweet. She is so sweet. No mother would have to go through this. So when I got her in the house, I just hugged her. I didn't even want her to tell me anything. Anything. I didn't want to hear it. I just want to hug you. It's okay. We'll talk about it later. So she started saying stuff. She started telling me things he did. And I called him. So the video that the audio that he played, some of it is missing. That's not the whole part. That's not the entire part. The first part is cut off. He actually called her on her phone. I didn't call him. And I told him, you keep that girlfriend away from my daughter because it was ordered by the court. You don't be talking to my daughter about the girlfriend. And I told him, if
Your Honor, objection. This really has nothing to do with your contempt.
Ms. Cobb, you got to focus on the contempt. If there's any other issue, if you folks have something else coming up in front of Judge Newkirk or Judge Houston, you can take that up in front of them. All right. This is about the contempt.
Okay. When he dropped her off, he mentioned to me that before he dropped her off, they're on their way. This before I see him, because I didn't speak to him when I saw him. I didn't want to say anything to him, but I spoke to him on the phone when they were on their way. Maybe a few minutes before they were pulling up, he called me, and he's having this conversation with me saying that I'll try to reach out to you later on this week. If I don't answer, don't think of it as anything. Just give me some time. And I'm like, what? So I just ignored it. So when he got there, so when he got there, that was it.
Hold on. Jeff's iPhone. You're driving. I see you driving. Bye. Blue shirt. He's driving. Mr. Wyatt. He's driving, and I'm not going to be responsible for that. He's out of here. Go ahead, ma'am. And let me help you about it. Let me help you get back on track. The contempt is saying that you have refused him visitation. And it also refers back to Judge Houston's order in saying that I believe she ordered that you could be assessed up to $1,000 fine for each contempt of her order. Because when she heard the contempt, so this piggybacks on hers. Respondent required to pay a fine of $1,000 each this is just by the statute. But I don't want to rehear anything else. And this is strictly about denying visitation.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was about denying visitation.
Okay, I was just responding to what they had said earlier. So I was just trying to correct it. So when he brought her back, he gave up his rights for those next 2 or 3 weeks.
Who said that?
He was supposed to get her and not bring her back. It was you drop her off, bring her back. He would have her for a total of like 35, 36 days. At the time he was texting, saying he doesn't want to get her on the weekends, only the weekdays. So, but I wasn't responding to any of the text message that he was sending to me. He said he wanted to see her only on the weekdays and not the weekend. He even mentioned to me that he lost his job. So, and he said he got fired or something from his job. So I left it as that he didn't want to get her the rest of those weeks
Was he calling you and you were not returning his calls or answering his calls?
No, that's not true. I was not answering his phone calls, but my daughter, when he called my daughter phone, she always have her phone.
Okay, you just said it's not true. So you weren't answering his calls.
Not all of them. He didn't call that many times. So the few times he have called my phone, I have answered. I have not responded to his emails because his emails is for like court purposes only. So I have not responded to his emails. Every email, because what happens is what we discuss over the phone is not in line with what he says in an email. So it's almost looking like he's only doing this for show. This is my life, ma'am. This is my livelihood. This is my. I can't lose my child.
Wait. How is your child your livelihood? That's kind of connected to money.
Has nothing to do with money. What I'm saying.
Okay. Well, when somebody says livelihood, typically that's related to money. That's
because he's causing me to lose money with attorneys. He's causing me to lose money with attorneys out here in LA, attorneys out here in Atlanta. It's so much back and forth. I don't know what he wants from me. Everything he said today has been not true. Most of the stuff, majority of the stuff he has said today has not been true. And it's sad. I'm not going to respond to emails. I told him to respond to my attorney. I just dropped my.
So instead of co-parenting, you want him to go through your lawyer instead of you two talking about this child.
Because every email is a threat. Every email is a long threat. Every email is and then sometimes he's telling me to talk to his attorney. So when I finally I'm sorry, it did something weird. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So let me ask you a question. Did you give him parenting time on July 8th through the July 10th of this year?
July 8th
through July 10th.
He was supposed to bring her back on July 8th.
Did you give him the weekend of July 8th through July 10th?
No, because he had already gave up his 35 days.
Did you give him July 22nd, the weekend of July 22nd through July 24th?
No.
All right. Did you give him his weekend of August 5th through August 7th?
No.
All right. Did you allow him the Wednesday evenings of July 6th?
No.
July 13th?
No. And we have
July 20th?
Sorry. No.
July 27th?
No.
August the 3rd?
No.
All right.
We have a pending restraining order here in LA that he's supposed to stay away from me and my daughter until we go to court. He's been avoiding getting served. So I have the temporary order right here. Right here. The case number is for him to stay away from me and my daughter until we go to court. He did not show up for court 2 weeks ago when the judge had mentioned to him that we had.
I want to hear what the judge says in California. It doesn't matter.
So I have an order
because I don't see an order that he has been served with, so it doesn't matter. Anything else you want to tell me that's relevant to this, to the contempt that was filed on his behalf?
Just that we have a temporary restraining order to protect me and my daughter until we go to court. So I'm not supposed to communicate with him, and my daughter not supposed to communicate with him as well. The order that's what's in this order. So I was just going off of what my attorney advice that my was giving me at the time, and I was going off of what the law here in California was giving me at the time. It's so many people involved. It's so confusing.
All right.
And one more thing, if I may.
Sure.
Our last judge, I think, I can't remember her name, Judge
Houston.
Houston had so many judges. Judge Houston, she had ordered that we both get mental evaluation. I have yet to see that form or get any information from Mr. Cobb and his attorney. every time we go to court, Mr. Cobb, attorney, has mentioned that has not been done yet. I've been in counseling for 2 years. I go consistently, and I have went to a psychiatrist. I'm still going to a psychiatrist until the court, until the court says, I don't have to go we don't have to go anymore. But he has not provided any type of mental evaluation whatsoever.
All right, counsel, you got any questions for her?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
All right, closing.
Yes, I'll just sum it up, Your Honor. Looking back to the contempt order from May 5th, entered on May 9th, 2022, Judge Houston found her in willful contempt. What she did in that instance, she denied visitation for approximately 4 months consecutively. It was the same scenario. My client would reach out, try to get time with the daughter. She would just ignore him. That's it. Sometimes she would have some comments, but had nothing to do with the visitation. And that's the exact same thing that's happened now. Mr. Cobb had the child for the extended visitation per the contempt order. He acknowledged that there were some issues with his relationship with the child. That's very likely due to the strain that's been caused by the mother and the extreme alienation by not having any contact.
Not here.
Can you just wait until
He's doing a closing. He's doing a closing, ma'am. Then I hear last bit from you.
So, when he returned the child early, his expectation was that he would get her back for a few days on the back end of that 30-day or so extended visit. He didn't get her. The contempt that we filed has nothing to do with those, I guess, like 10 days or so that he didn't get. The contempt that we filed has to do with the schedule pursuant to the temporary order, which is that he gets every other weekend and every other Wednesday visits. And as you could see, that's continuously been denied. And as you could see or could hear on June 29th, she told my client to never touch. You're never going to see your daughter. You're never going to hear from your daughter. And don't ever touch her again. Don't come near her. And she's fulfilled that promise. She basically feels like she could do whatever she wants because she's in California with the child. And what we're asking for is an order of incarceration in addition to the time that we requested. And I could submit it to the court separately if that would be easier. But I think by changing in a modification proceeding the terms of visitation to specifics like first, third, and fifth weekend, as my client testified to, with some very specified times for the holidays, which I think he asked for the Friday after Thanksgiving till Sunday night. And in addition to that, December 17th through, I think it was December 28th. If we have those specified times, then if he needs to enforce that in the locality where she is with the child, he'll be able to do that. But in addition to that, we requested attorney's fees on the May 5th hearing in the amount of $3,538. That said it was reserved for future hearing. We're requesting those attorney's fees. As you can see, she does not care what the order says. She's going to do whatever she wants with the child. That's become clear. In addition to those attorney's fees, we're asking for $1,225 in attorney's fees today, which is about 3.5 hours of time related to this contempt proceeding. My hourly rate's $350 per hour. Statutory basis is OCGA 1962. I think on the May 5th hearing, we did have testimony that addressed the fact that Ms. Cobb does have some income and some resources, which is all that is required for consideration by the court under OCGA 1962. So the total amount of attorney's fees we're requesting is $4,763. I would also ask the court to consider perhaps at least fining her for each violation that she's found to be in contempt of. We have that when we filed the contempt motion, it was mid-August. So all you saw there was some missed dates from July 8th until mid-August, I think. But the total as of today is 12 overnights that he's missed, 11 Wednesday dinners. And there's really nothing that I think is going to happen out of this unless Ms. Cobb realizes that there are repercussions to not following the court's order. With respect to the psychological evaluations, I don't know that that's at issue today. Judge Houston did order those. I haven't received Ms. Cobb's. If she did do that, I can get with my client on his and we could exchange it like the order said to, but I haven't received any of that. And I'm not aware that that's a contemptible issue today.
Jeff, I'm sorry. Jeff, in the blue shirt, you're driving. You come back when you've gotten where you got to be and you can pull over. You're driving. Mr. Wyatt, call your client, tell him what driving is. Go ahead and finish up, counsel.
All right, that's about it. The only other thing we're requesting is that she is ordered to provide all the child's education records and updates regarding her education, as my client still continues to receive none from Ms. Cobb. That's it. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Cobb, sum it up. That's a summation. That's just a summation.
Yes. I just want to say, when Mr. Cobb decided to ask for my daughter for the first part of the summer, at that time, Mr. Kevin and our last judge, they knew that my daughter was in a lot of summer programs. I got her in a lot of free summer programs, discounted programs such as math tutoring, reading tutoring, horseback riding lessons, coding classes. They started questioning my parenting then, asking why she was doing so much. I was just, trying to give her something to do for the summer. When Mr. Cobb decided to take her, I didn't know he was taking her to Atlanta. He lives in Los Angeles. He stayed 15 minutes away from me. He has not lived in Atlanta in years. When he took her for the amount of time, because we were assuming he was going to get her for more than 30 days, she got dismissed from all the programs that she was supposed to participate in. So when Mr. Cobb abruptly brought her back with no reason, no explanation, no nothing, I knew nothing about him getting her counseling. I think that's something that should be shared between, parents. I never got a phone call from him once my daughter said she had got choked out from him. I never got a call, and I knew he did it because that's his.
Your Honor, objection. She's definitely she's testifying to facts that were never put into evidence, and she's just saying whatever she wants to say.
Yeah, this is just a summation of what was just said, Ms. Cobb.
Yes. So when he brought her back, she wasn't able to.
No, this is a summation.
Yes.
This is a summation. This isn't new testimony.
Yes. So when he brought her back, she missing out on enjoying the summer. And because now I am left as a single mom, I was a stay-at-home mom. He abandoned us. We're still married. I don't get any spousal support.
Objection again. This is nothing.
All right. Yeah, Ms. Cobb, this is not a time for you to vent. That's not what this is. I got it. You didn't let him see the child for the reasons that you stated. I got it. I'm ready to roll. Anything in 3 sentences or less that you want to say.
Yes, I was responding.
The contempt.
Yes, I was responding to Mr. Kevin when he asked him for me to pay something. I don't have any money to pay anything. I don't have anything. I don't work. So I'm just trying.
You can't find employment or what?
My small business that I had just didn't work out because of the pandemic. California was shut down for so long.
No, I understand that, but the pandemic's still here, but still. So when did the business shut down and why haven't you started working?
Yeah, so I have a few clients, but that just covers my rent. My rent here is almost $4,000 a month. So I'm just making ends meet. I can't move back into our home that's in Atlanta because he keep putting tenants in there without my permission. So it's just like I don't know what to do. I was a stay-at-home mom. And he abandoned me and my daughter.
All right. So you don't have anything else to say. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So what's a little place that always gets shut down because of E. coli, little burrito place? There's a sign hanging out outside those $4,000 bonus if you start working. Ma'am, you can go make a burrito. You may not be able to do what you want. Today, people are going to let me talk because I've been very patient over the last few days, but I'm tired of people not letting me talk. Okay. You can get a job. It may not be what you want to do. It may not be what you were trained to do. Everybody wants to be their own boss and have their own business. But I rest assure you, I know I have done things I didn't necessarily, jobs I've had, places I've worked. I work at night. I work during the day. I do what I have to do to take care of mine. I suggest you do the same. Now, here's my ruling. Nothing else. I'm going to find you in willful contempt. Mr. Mamola, get some makeup days. Why isn't there a guardian? Is your client, he can't pay for the guardian? There needs to be a guardian in this case.
He had lost his job and was unable to afford one.
They're losing their job, but they can afford $4,000 place in LA and then probably the same as rent or their mortgage here.
But I agree, a guardian's probably necessary. I agree.
Is he going to be able to pay it? She says she doesn't have one, and then we can reapportion at the end. That just means right now, ma'am, you would maybe wouldn't have to pay it, but he would.
Maria, can you speak up? Is that something you can afford?
I am in talks now to have another job.
No, yes or no is what he's asking.
I can't afford it. I've been in court for a year. No, as of now. I have to talk with them.
Anybody got a credit card?
I maxed it out fighting for her for 2 years just to get visitation with all these contempts.
Well, I mean, y'all are going to sit there and spin your wheels until there's a guardian.
Ma'am, if I can speak, if you allow me.
Well, I just asked him if he had money. You can't call whoever and make things work for a guardian. Y'all going to keep spinning your wheels. That's exactly what you're going to keep doing. But I'm going to hold you in contempt, man. Willful contempt. I will send me an order on attorney's fees. I will assess attorney's fees. She's out there until she comes back. I mean, or, she can, how about I give her, I'll hold off on incarceration. Ma'am, one more violation and to jail you will go. I don't get real happy when people violate my order, and Judge Houston isn't happy when people violate hers. Now, you need to tell this man where she's going to school. And sir, this order from Judge Houston says if you're going somewhere, you got to give her the address 48 hours in advance. So I don't know if you got somewhere out there and the place rented out again, you had to do something, but you got to let her know where the child is. And ma'am, stay out of the way. Sounds like you might be a little bitter because there's someone new. And I don't care, but this child doesn't need to suffer because he's found someone new. You emphasize that she was 24 years old, anything like that. I'm muting you because I don't want you to say anything. All right. But y'all are going to have to get over this for this child. This little girl's coming up to him with a little skillet. What in the world, or a frying pan or whatever it was, nonstick Teflon pan, probably saucepan, whatever it was. But this shouldn't be happening. The behavior of you, ma'am, is insane. And he had it for just because he gave her back because of something. I appreciate that. But Mr. Mamola, if you'll prepare the order, and let's see. Get your makeup time on whatever dates you want to make those up. They can be consistent weekends, sir. You obviously travel back and forth.
Okay.
Right? Well, give her the dates, make those dates work. If you have, you're renting a place out there, so you're spending a whole bunch of money. No, you know what? You guys are going to find a guardian. This is insane. Somebody needs to speak with this kid outside of her going and trying to get a TPO to override whatever's happening in Georgia, or him doing something in Georgia to override whatever's going to happen there. So, ma'am, both of y'all are going to split it. I think, let's see. Let's see. And nobody's going to travel to California because y'all can't afford to make them do that. So let's see. How about Brittany Green? Or wait a minute, who I got on here? I don't have a guardian on here, do I? Dang, usually I have a guardian on here. Don't have one. And Miss Finn Johnson's. Woo, very expensive. Look, $600 an hour, counsel. That's what she is. Crazy, right? But
Only
all right,
four.
so how
Only
about,
four.
Oh, it went down since she's left corporate world. So it'll be Brittany Green. She works at the Malone firm.
I got it. Yeah.
So I'll ask her to go easy because she won't have to travel to California for anything. But you guys are going to control how much this is going to cost.
Do you want me to prepare that order and with Brittany Green as the guardian, send that to you?
Yes, please. And it'll be, in that case, I think Judge Houston will appreciate this. Any documents y'all are supposed to exchange, evals, anything like that, discovery. I don't know if you guys have tried to mediate. Y'all need to try to do this. Y'all need to try, because all of this that Judge Houston's order says. And she also threatened incarceration.
Okay.
But I want you to be able to work for pay for this guardian. They can split it half and half. You both got, too bad you both are grown, but you're going to have to go to your parents or whatever to get a guardian. Miss Green is going to email both of you. She's going to ask that you fill out documents to send to her, kind of like questionnaires, fill it out, send it back to her. And I'm going to let her send me the guardian order, and she'll reach out to you, counsel. And once I get it, we're going to e-file it. So, ma'am, hopefully you're signed up as getting notice of all the filings in that case. And Mr. Moe, once you get it to me or email it to Ms. Delabrato,
Okay.
she will get it to me. I will sign it, and we will get it back to you for e-filing the attorney's fees order. She's going to have to help with a guardian order. You'll give her 60 days or so to pay the attorney's fees.
Okay. And can you provide the email address where I would send the proposed order?
Ms. Delabrato will put it in the chat to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Judge.
All right. Thank you very much.
That is all we have today. Maybe be excused.
Yeah, once you both put your emails in the chat, Ms. Delabrato, you can both